Hello, this is Mr. Huff. We're going to make a green roof system. So whenever we say green roof material, this is what we're talking about. I've got some critical measurements here. Basically, we're reserving an 18-inch space for the green roof. So we're going to be using 20 feet, 8 inches as a new level. We'll be using structural floor for this. In the end, it's going to look like this. And so I want it to look like grass, and it's going to be resting on top of those beams. All right, so let's go look at our model. First thing we need to do is go in and add a new level. So I'm going to zoom out and go to architecture. And then we're going to choose level, line it up with the ones that are already there. So we're just going to drag it across. Any place will work. Just make sure it clicks with the other levels. And then we're going to zoom in on this, press escape a couple of times, and that's going to let you rename it. So we're going to go over here where it says level 8 or whatever, change this to green roof. And for the correct thickness, always say yes if it asks. For the correct thickness, it needs to be 20 feet 8 inches. Now we're going to click the little wiggly and drag that up. Okay, if we leave that selected, we can just switch to the other views and hit the wiggly and drag it and just leave the green roof selected. All we're trying to do is make it where we can identify the different levels. And this one I need to go zoom in a little bit. Now that I've got that done, press escape a couple of times and get out of that mode. We've got it all spread out. So now we're going to go to our green roof floor plan. Okay. If we were using this, well, what I showed you there was the EDPM roof. Where I'm going to be putting this is on that left side. So we're going to start with this 3-inch deck, and we're going to duplicate it and rename it green roof, 18 inches. And then hit OK. And we're going to modify the structure. So we're going to hit Edit. And the first thing we're going to do is make this where you can see it. That structural deck, we're going to click on that row. And down here, we're going to choose standalone. And then that way it separates them. And then we're going to change this thickness of the lightweight concrete to 4 inches. And we don't want lightweight concrete. We want rigid insulation. So we're going to go search for that. And then on top of that, we're going to add a finish layer. So select that and choose Insert, pick in the function, click Finish. And then we're going to make a new material. So down here, you're going to click on this little ball and create new material. And then it says default new material. Right click on that or rename it. I like to use uppercase letters. We're going to call it green system. And now we need to change some colors. So we're going to go to graphics and we're going to change these first two gray colors to kind of a gray-green color, something that looks like a green roof a little bit. Don't get too bright. It'll be annoying in your floor plan or in your different views. So I choose some kind of grade green colors. And then we're going to go to the material library, go to the appearance tab, find site work, and then find a grass that we like. I kind of like this raw grass or field grass here. So when you click it, you should see the appearance tab change over there. Close that and click OK. I'll apply an OK and click OK. Oh, wait, we need to have 1 foot thickness. So we have 18 inches in total in this system. Double check that or it won't line up. So when you zoom out, you can see we have the green system, which is all of this stuff. We're representing that with that green block, and then the insulation and metal deck underneath. I could make you go in and define each one of those, but that sounds tedious. So click OK and OK. Now we're ready to draw our roof, and since mine is not a rectangle, I'm going to be using the line tool. I'm just going to pick a corner, and on this inside edge of the wall, I'm just going to go around. Make sure you're hitting those corners and lining up the lines. Some things I'm doing here, I'm using the scroll wheel. It will zoom in to wherever your mouse is pointing. So you can zoom out and point at something and zoom in, and it will zoom to that point. Okay, so I'm going to hit the check mark there to accept it. It should turn blue if everything's done right. Now we're going to go look at the 3D view is where I want to go. So let's look at the 3D view. You have to click the word. There you go. Okay. And what we see here is we can see the green grass, and then it's sitting on top of those beams. If you change um, the graphics options here to like shaded and what's the other one? Consistent colors and shaded. Because we changed those two other values, we get that kind of muted green. But if you are in realistic, you can see that it's going to look like grass later. Okay, so that should take care of this. Everything looks right. Check to make sure it's sitting on those beams, and you should be good to go. That's all I have for now.